welcome back. So today's affirmation is, I am capable of anything that I put my mind to. If you ever have any moments where you feel a little bit low or you just need a little bit of a boost, be your own cheerleader and just remind yourself of that affirmation. So let's get going. We're going to start in child's pose today. So knees come to the outside of the mat, toes together, push your tailbone back, bring your ribs in between your thighs, arms come forward, breathe here. And just think about what today's affirmation means and how it could help you. And before we get started, let's just remind ourselves to respect our body's limits and boundaries today. Okay, let's inhale and come up onto tabletop. So hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. We're going to pull that right leg high, push the crown of your head to the ceiling. Then we're going to pull it into the chest, knee to nose. Let's do that again. One more time. Push the right leg back up. This time we're going to try and grab it with our left hand. Pull that left arm back. Reach for the back foot. Squeeze the top of that foot into your left hand. Breathe here. Okay, let's release and let's bring that right foot through between the hands. We're going to come into a low lunge. Sink into the hips, see how you feel today, how low is good for you. Pull the shoulders back, push the chest forward and just breathe. Close your eyes if it feels good. Okay, let's plant the hands, let's push back to downward dog, lift those back toes. Take your time here. If you feel like you're sliding, then engage the forefinger and the thumb. That can help you stabilise. Okay, let's roll forward to a plank. We're going to come onto a side plank. Feet stacked, arm high. Can you hover? If it feels good, then come down onto your knee, like this. This is the easier option. Stay here and breathe. Okay, and let's come back to plank. Either on your knees or on your feet. We're going to lower ourselves down, keep elbows tucked, all the way down to the ground. Let's bring our hands wide at shoulder height, fingertips to the ground. We're going to engage those back muscles, use your fingertips to stabilise you. Let's roll up into a cobra. And let's exhale and roll all the way back down. Let's do that again. Roll up, inhale. How fluid can you be here? Exhale. Roll up, one more time, and release. Okay, we're going to bend those legs, grab onto our feet, stay here if that feels good. If you want a little bit of extra, let's come into bow pose. Pick up those knees, pick up the chest, beam your chest forward, squeeze the tops of your feet into your hands, breathe here, and release. Let's push back to child's pose. Knees wide, toes together, and just take a few breaths here. Okay, let's inhale and bring ourselves back up to tabletop. Let's do the other side. So, left leg comes high, leg bent. Push the crown of your head to the ceiling. Pull in, knee to nose. Push back. Squeeze the glute. Pull in. Push back. Inhale. Last one. Pull in. Push back. Let's take that right hand and reach back for our left foot. This is a good heart opener. Feel your heart beam forward. Push the top of the foot into the hand. Breathe here. Okay, let's release and bring that left leg through for a low lunge. Remember, bring the shoulders back, beam the chest forward, sink in. One more breath here. Okay, let's plant the hands, tuck the back toe, let's come up into downward dog, roll forward to plank. Let's go for our side plank on the other side. So on the knees if that feels good, try and hover the top leg. Breathe here. Squeeze the core, lift the hips high. Okay, let's release, come back to plank. Let's lower ourselves down, elbows in, land on the floor. Hands come wide at shoulder height on the fingertips. Let's breathe in, lift ourselves high, exhale, back down. Inhale high, exhale lower. One more time. Inhale high, exhale lower yourself down. Now let's bend those back legs, bring the knees off the ground, knees together as much as you can. I know it's difficult. If it feels good, then reach back, come into bow pose. Breathe here. I'm capable of anything I put my mind to. Okay, let's release. Let's push back to child's pose. Okay, let's pull ourselves back up, tuck the toes, come into a downward dog. The right leg is going to lunge forward to the outside of the right hand, toes pointing out of the way. Let's bring our left foot to the same position. Sink our tailbones down, we're coming into Hindi squat. So knees wide, toes wide. Either keep your hands at the ground or bring them to heart centre. Or let your shoulders drop down your back. Push your knees out, tall spine. Breathe here. Close your eyes if it feels good. Let's just take some time to slow down here. Okay, let's bring our hands to the floor. Come back up to forward fold. Let's step our right leg back, not too far. We're coming into goddess squat. So bring yourself up. You've got your feet slightly wider than hip distance. Point your toes out the way. Let's inhale and bring our arms high. Exhale and sink down. Bring those knees out the way. Now wherever you are, make sure that your knees are above your ankles, just for the safety of your knees. Tuck the tailbone under, engage the core, squeeze the knees out. Your arms are high, let your shoulders drop. Breathe in, and as you exhale, can you go a little bit lower? Oh, one more breath. Squeeze the glutes. Okay, let's straighten the legs, point the feet forwards, hands to hips. Let's hinge at the hip for a wide-legged forward fold. Your feet a little bit wider here if it feels good. Breathe here. Okay, let's bring our hands to the top of the mat. Let's push that left leg back to downward dog. Okay, this time we're going to lunge our left foot to the outside of our left hand, toes outwards. Come to the same position with your right foot. Sink the tailbone down. Lift the crown high. Use those elbows to push your knees out. Hands at heart centre if it feels good. Feel a really long spine here, shoulders down away from your ears. Deep breaths. Hinge through the nose. And exhale. Let's plant the hands, tailbone high, come into forward fold. Step that left foot back, not too wide. We're coming into goddess squat. So we're pointing our toes out of the way. Arms come high, inhale, exhale, push those knees out, sink down, tuck the tailbone, knees underneath ankles, have a little bit of a shift about, see what feels good. Inhale, and then exhale and come a little bit lower. Squeeze those knees out. Okay, one last breath. And let's straighten the legs. Bring the toes facing to the back wall. Hands to hips, forward fold. If you need to go a bit wider, then that's totally fine. Let's take some breaths here. Let's come up onto our hands, come to the top of the mat, push back to downward dog, and let's come into a well-deserved child's pose and take a couple breaths to restore. Okay, let's bring ourselves up. We're going to do cow face pose. Cross your left leg, bring your right knee to stack on top of your left knee. This is quite challenging, so if you can't do it, just get as far as you can go. Even just cross-legged really is fine. Both of your seat bones should be planted on the ground. Inhale, bring arms wide and high. We're going to exhale and hinge forward at the hip. Let your head be heavy here. Breathe into the stretch. Okay, let's use our hands to help us back up. Let's untwist and bring our right leg bent on the bottom, left leg on top. Inhale, arms wide and high. Exhale and bend. Let your shoulders and head be heavy here. Okay, let's use our hands to help us come back up. Come into a seated position, hands on your knees, palms facing up. Close your eyes, take a deep breath into the nose. And exhale. Hands to heart center. Namaste. See you tomorrow, guys. Have an amazing day.